it's not just the Democrat lawmakers. Post State of the Union, Nicole Wallace, who's a very disturbed individual, very dark. And it seems to be that the further left you go, it becomes an all-encompassing life destroyer. Where the party of joy seems to be chugging antidepressants. They're strong on the benzos and the Prozac. There's a spiritual sickness of the Democrat Party. Can we put that 160 up on screen? And I have a non-sarcastic question, the 160 on screen. How many of the Democrats that are seated, which is all of them, regularly go to church and believe that there is a God or a synagogue or whatever? How many of those people do you think would write that God is a top priority in their life? I bet a lot of them would write government as a top priority in their life. The state is a top priority in their life. The bureaucracy is a top priority in their life. If you are ever asked by liberal friends or relatives or Democrats, oh, we all want the same thing. No, we don't. The Democrats want something profoundly different than we do. And they will not even stand out of their chair. It's just fine. If you don't believe it, just pretend. They can't even pretend to support the kid with brain cancer. But it wasn't just them. This is Nicole Wallace. And Nicole Wallace needs professional help. She needs like a whole team of people. She's got to go to Switzerland. She's got to get a whole workup. She's got to have a whole committee working on her for like a couple months. She needs the whole operation there. They got to do blood work. They got to do brain scans. There's something really deep and dark about her. Because you just don't go on TV and say something like this. You don't. She started off good. She started off fine. And then boom, she pivots into, I think, one of the more repulsive things I've ever seen on television, actually. And that says something. This is the Democrat Party. This is their official communications arm. This is who the Democrats listen to, the show they go on to. Play cut 143.
But I think this was a lesson in finding one thing that you let yourself feel. And I let myself feel joy about DJ. And I hope he's alive for another, 95 years, right? And I hope he lives and the life he wants to live. He wants to be a cop. He knows what he wants to do. And maybe when you have childhood cancer, that crystallizes for you. And I hope he has a long life as a law enforcement officer. But I hope he never has to defend the United States Capitol against Donald Trump supporters. And if he does, I hope he isn't one of the 6 who loses his life to suicide. And I hope he isn't one who has to testify against the people who carried out acts of seditious conspiracy and then live to see Donald Trump pardon those people.
Who thinks like this? I as I said earlier, I don't get speechless quite often. This is the state of the Democrat Party. She's wishing that a 13-year-old with brain cancer doesn't commit suicide, that he doesn't have to testify, making some sort of bizarre connection to January 6th. To this young man who just had this amazing moment. She started off fine, and then all of a sudden, like a different programming set got put in. As if like the files got mixed up. As if there was just a glitch. She was like, my programming tells me I must say something agreeable, and then boom! As if there was just kind of a programming error. And she goes into, I mean, she of course should be taken off air, but more than that, she should be watched very closely. It's very, very dark. And I mean, that is dark stuff. I mean, that would be dark if just like a random YouTuber said that. Or like a random person on the side of the street. This is a woman with a news broadcast show that lawmakers go on. And of course, all the media outlets say Republicans pounce on MSNBC host. Right-wingers pounce. This is The Independent. MAGA loses its mind over Nicole Wallace's sickening comments. The Daily Mail, to their credit, said Nicole Wallace gives sickening take on 13-year-old with terminal cancer. It's the Democrat Party that has this spiritual cancer. And they need to get that tumor removed for the betterment of the country.